What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at a zone killer out of the gun bunch, and the play that we're talking about is Z Spot and Go. We're just going to run this against we'll start out with random cover threes and then just kind of work our way down to cover fours, cover twos. This play will usually beat just about any kind of zone. And the reason why, it's got two good zone killers in it, and the corner route on this is unique. If you guys recall, before the patch, you could roll out and just hit any corner route. They patched it. They did a pretty good job of patching it. But this type of play here is kind of an exception. You can still do that with this. It gets in between everything, and you can roll out. You don't have to roll out, but sometimes it can actually help. So we're going to go random cover threes, and we're going to concentrate on the corner route at first. As you can see, it's kind of unique, and it gets in between and it leaves the guy wide open. We're just going to stare it down. As long as you wait, possession catch that, the cornerback will not be able to make a play on the ball. Doesn't matter, just about any kind of cover three this is going to work on. As long as you wait for him to make his break, even though the corner of the safety, I didn't really see who that was right there, he still wasn't able to make a play on the ball. What happens is the stop and go route is going to take the zone that's supposed to be covering that route back to the inside. Now we're going to concentrate on the O receiver. It's a stop and go route. You have two places that you can potentially hit this. One where he stops, and then if you let him take off, see, you can throw it kind of like a slant, or you can let him stop and then go up the field. That time he's double covered, triple covered, but we're just concentrating on the one route. As you can see, it's kind of a timing thing there, but once they clear the linebackers, you're usually going to be able to be in the clear and make that throw. Whoops, I hit the wrong button there. That was my bad. That was the wrong button. Also, you got the flat. There's just, like I said, this is a zone killer. Just about every route here is going to beat zone coverage. It's just a matter of making the right read. Now let's look over on the left side of the field. We're going to look to square. Kind of force it into traffic there. We should hit the flat, but that's just another read that you can make. So that's another read over on that side of the field. But the main thing is the X. This is like pre-patch stuff here. That route just gets in between everything. And the way it breaks, the cornerback or the safety is not going to be able to make a play on the ball. Okay, so let's take a look against cover four now. It's really not any different, but we'll take a look at it. Go random cover fours. Really not any different. So as you can see, it's going to get in between any cover three or cover four. This time we're going to look at the O receiver. Probably want to possession catch that if you're thrown into traffic. So we got that. Now let's take a look at the left side of the field. And that was me. That was a bad read. I got baited by the computer. Cover four, almost always. That zone is going to play the running back. And man, it's going to basically turn it into man coverage, but we got baited. As you can see, that's another corner out that you can possession catch and usually have good success. But the main thing is on zone defenses, you're gonna have that route just on any cover three or cover four shell. Doesn't really matter. You're also going to have the flats in most cover threes or cover fours, so you can mix things up with one play. Let's take a look at cover twos now. Go random cover two. Now what I like to do, if I know my opponent's in a cover two, if he's not doing a good job of um, mixing his plays up and disguising his coverage, I'll streak the tight end. And I kind of got myself in a bind. As you can see, we can, what typically happens against most cover twos, if you streak the tight end, it's going to pull everything, the zones down the field. And if it doesn't, you can, if your opponent uses the slot receiver, you can typically hit the streak. And also on most cover twos, you can motion this guy over here a lot of the time, as long as it's not hard press coverage. You can usually get the corner out. That wasn't a very good example. That C route's a little bit long, so it doesn't always work. Oh wow. Let's just look at the play as is. Of course, we can read between the flat and that corner out kind of all day and hit one of them, unless your opponent adjusts for it. This time we'll probably take a sack. Here, let's just take a look at the corner out. You can see it's covered there. So cover two does a pretty good job for the most part of taking care of the corner route, but if that's the case, then you're going to be able to check down and get a few yards out of the flat route. If they play hard flats, well, then the corner route's going to be open. You also have the stop and go route that's going to be open a lot of the time. So this is just a really good zone killer to use. Now against man coverage, it's a little bit different. You're going to want to make maybe an adjustment or two to the play, maybe do a slant. Corner route has a pretty good chance of getting open, but it's not always open. We're still going against cover two here. So if we know it's cover two, I'm typically going to do a streak here. Let it clear out and then hit that route.